Welcome to MakeTraditions, where we make things slowly and we keep our values modern. This is my YouTube channel where I talk about crafting. So it's cross stitch and knitting and sewing and any other hobby I decide to take up. So this is a normal monthly check-in where I review the projects I've worked on in the last month. And then I'll talk about things I want to work on in the upcoming month. So let's jump right in. We'll start with cross stitch. I'm gonna do a little rearranging. The cross stitch projects that I worked on this month are both by the same designer. That designer is Tiny Modernist. The first of the projects. One thing about me, I don't typically have a ton of whips in any given craft. I don't like to have a lot of whips, so I tend not to. I'll just clip that here. So this is the Christmas Cuckoo clock. Christmas Cuckoo, I think, is the name of the pattern. And again, it's by Tiny Modernist. I am using a linen. I don't remember the count. I want to say 32. I could be wrong. And I'm doing 2/2 with all the called for DMC flosses, except this is a different color charcoal than is called for. But otherwise, everything as written. And I have been working over here this month. Over here. So that is the first one. I do love Tiny Modernist. I'm in her Patreon. I recommend it. Have I stitched any of the Patreon patterns I've gotten? No, but that's okay. I love them and I will get around to some of them someday. The other cross stitch pattern that I have been working on, also by Tiny Modernist, is the Stitch Witch. Oh, it's so cute. So this one is on a 20 count Aida by Cottage Cat Designs, and the color I believe is Boo. And when I saw it on her YouTube channel, I immediately purchased it. It was like, this is what I wanted for the Stitch Witch. I wanted that deep kind of, not quite royal purple, but just like purple. I wanted purple, not dainty purple, not purple-ish. I wanted purple. So that is what I got. A couple of things to call out. I'm doing all the called for DMC and I'm doing one strand. And I changed the pattern just a little bit. There should be some letters. So there's letters here and letter here. I don't like stitching alphabets. It's just, I don't. It's why I don't stitch samplers most of the time, because I don't like alphabets. So I'm just leaving them off. It means it'll use a tiny bit less floss. It means it'll go a little bit faster, but not that much faster. And that is the cross stitch that I worked on. Now, as I said, I'm a serial hobbyist, so I've done a million other things and a million other crafts. So I'll talk about what I sewed this month. And I'll start with the grime guards. I made a grime guard for both of those projects. And there are really good tutorials on the internet. I highly recommend you check out the tutorials on the internet. I didn't do that. I made it up myself. Just slapped it together. No measuring with actual rulers. Just threw some fabric around a hoop and made it. It was not done well. The other thing that I made, and it's very disappointing, is this purse handbag bag. Okay, it's real smushed, but you can see. Well, this is the MeLuna pattern by Schnittbox, who I believe is German, but the pattern is also in English. And I love the bag. The finished product is going to be great. You'll notice I don't have handles on it because it's too big. The pattern comes in 4 or 5 different sizes, and I just chose incorrectly. It's too big for me. I will never carry this as my standard, like, daily. So I'm probably going to remake it. I haven't decided if I'm going to add the handles to finish this one or not. I could rip it apart. I don't know. I bought this fabric in Japan. Really pretty, really pretty. Same with the lining fabric. I also bought that fabric in Japan when I was there. It's beautiful. And I don't want to waste it, but I also don't want to unstitch this whole bag, you know? So I'm not sure what I'm going to do. I am going to make another one. My little sister wants one. I want one that's a smaller size. I am going to make another one. I just don't know if I'm going to finish that one. Ugh. The other sewing project that I have, and again, you'll kind of notice I really only have a couple of whips at a time because having too many whips stresses me out. And so I am working on, this is now becoming like a 3-year-long quilt. It is called the Fairytale Forest, and it is a pattern that you can purchase from Duckadilly as a kit. And so they'll send you a box with all the fabrics in it that you need for this quilt. I signed up as kind of a congratulations gift to myself when I reached a life milestone or a goal that I had set up for myself. And I did it that way because it's very expensive, because all of the fabric is Liberty of London Tana lawn. So it is gorgeous, beautiful. It's a lot of fabric. It's a very large quilt. It's very expensive, and I am taking way too long to make it. So let's show it to you. I just finished block 17 of 25, which has the cottage in it. So cute. That is the only block that isn't all trees. So the rest of the quilt is just trees. I'll show you, I'm in greens right now. So that is actually one block right there. From here, from between my two hands is one block. And each block is foundation paper pieced, and it's just a bunch of sections of trees. So every full block is made up of, 10 to 12 tree sections, and each tree section has 1 to 5 trees in it. It's slow. It's very slow. I'm going very slow. And it is taking me a long time. Like I said, I've had it probably 2 years. I really want to get it done by November of this year. It's the goal. So those are the 2 sewing projects I had. My quilt guild also got together and had a stained glass workshop wherein we got to make a quilt block out of glass. And it was so much fun. First time I've ever done stained glass, and you could choose your colors. Everyone was doing the same shape, but you could choose your colors. And when you showed up, all of the glass was pre-cut for you. You had templates to put it all together and then solder it. And it was amazing. You could choose the size. She had 3 different sizes, I think, or 4 different sizes. I chose the biggest size because go big or go home. And I chose my favorite colors, which are teal and purple. So I got a teal and purple one. Most people went with a rainbow, which is very pretty, but it's not me. I don't, it's too many colors. It's too many colors altogether, and I just don't love it. Love Pride Month. Wish the flag was a little less, it's just a lot of color. So enough talking about it. Let's show the one that I made. Oh man, I love it so much. So you'll see I have 2 different colors of purple and 2 different colors of teal. Oh, that's a really good angle. 2 different colors. And then the background glass, this glass right here that's all textured, and it looks like it should just be a candy dish or a plate or something. It's gorgeous. That, we had a couple of options for that as well. There was this one in my size. There was the glass that I chose. And then there was also a glass that had kind of a milky, it was clear glass, but then had some milky swirls in it. It was really pretty. the other person that made the same size as me picked that glass, and I was very happy because this is the one that I wanted. So it's really, really pretty. And then my size, you did need to frame the outside. But the artist, the person that ran the workshop, did most of that for you. Again, you just showed up, all the pieces were cut and ground down the edges, and all of the prep work was already done for you. So you just got to solder it all together, and it was so much fun. I really did love it. It was a great time. I didn't do a beautiful job of soldering, but it was my first try. So what can you expect? I loved it. Highly recommend. And in fact, I bought another piece from this artist, and I'll put a link to her Etsy shop below. Her work is gorgeous and a little underpriced, if you ask me. So I highly recommend her. She's beautiful, beautiful work. Let's see, I think that's everything that I worked on this month. So now we can jump into what I want to work on next month. And again, because I'm not a big whip person, I'm going to just continue on those cross stitch projects on. If I can, I want to get all of this red section done on the Cuckoo clock. That might be too much. It might not happen. That's okay, but that's where I'll be working. And then on the Stitch Witch, I want to get her skirt done. So it's black with filigree green in it. It's really pretty. No specialty stitches, just all cross stitches. It's great. I want to get that skirt done, so I'll be working on the skirt. I don't know if I'll get the whole skirt done in a month, but I'm working on the skirt. Sewing, I might do a smaller version of that bag. I can do my sister's. She picked out 2 fabrics I got in Japan. The first one, this, so pretty, gold. She picked out these 2. Her other fabric is the off-white version of my outside fabric. So it looks like that. Oh, that texture is just to die for. I love this fabric. I love it. So I might work on hers. Like I said, I'm going to make a slightly smaller size, and then I may do another one for me. I just have to decide what I'm making it out of, or if I'm going to take the one that I have apart and just make it smaller, because I really like the fabrics and I don't have more of them. So I might do that. I probably won't do much on the Fairytale forest quilts this month because my guild is having a challenge for the year, and we were given some fabrics and we need to make a 60 by 72 quilt out of them. So let's show those fabrics. Start there. Oh, come on. There we go. So these were the fabrics that were in my, mystery bag. A bunch of stripes and solids. This is my favorite fabric because I actually think I have a fat quarter of this in my own stash. But I love it. So lots and lots and lots and lots. I love, 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 love it. This is not enough fabric to make a quilt of that size. You need to supplement, but that's fine. I chose the Urban Trek pattern by Quiltachusetts. Really cool, kind of modern looking pattern. It has a bunch of stripes, but you make them yourself. So the whole pattern is solids, which also is not usually my jam. I just enjoy patterned fabric a lot. So that quilt is made in solids in the example, right? But I am going to cheat a little bit and use the stripes as the striped sections in that quilt. I need to do a bunch of math to figure that out and see if I can get the striped sections out of the stripes that I have. And I think I can. It'll look a little bit different, and that's okay. But I did get some fabric to supplement. So one of the quilt shops in my area, which I love the quilt shop, and I'll put links to them below, but one of the quilt shops in my area does a sell your stash sale every year in May. And so in May, people can buy a booth and sell their stash. And so I went to that sale to get some fabric to supplement. And so these are all of the fabrics that I got to supplement into the quilt. A couple more stripes, then a bunch of solids as well. And my goal for this month is to just figure the math out and cut out the pieces. If I can get all of the pieces cut out, sewing it together is going to be easy peasy. I just have to get all of the pieces cut out in the right colors and make sure I like the layout. So I am going to work on that this month. That's the other sewing that I'm going to do this month. I don't know if I'm going to cast anything on knitting. If I do, it'll be either a hat, maybe a sweater. I am craving cables right now, even though it's about to be summer. Cables are just calling my name. So I might cast on a cabled sweater. We'll see. It's a lot of things in 1 month. So I don't know. We'll see. That is everything I'm working on from a crafting perspective. The other thing that I'm going to work on this month, my partner and I are building a quilting app. It's to allow you to kind of carry your stash in your pocket and easily make some blocks out of it and see what they would look like together. It's not like a full EQ8 design your own. There's a little, you can do a little bit of designing your own, but it's really for that instance where you have fabric. I wish I had had the app when I was doing this because I could have had all of those fabrics in my phone in blocks. And then when I was shopping, I could just take a picture of the extra fabric, add it to the block, and see if I liked it together. So we've been building this app for a couple of weeks. It's actually usable and available in a beta form. So if you're interested in trying out a quilt app, let me know, put you on the list for when it gets published. The goal for me is to have it published by the end of the month. And there's some little things that need to be fixed and changed and added in order for that to happen. So that's the other thing I'm working on this month. And it takes more time than all of my other hobbies combined. So we'll see if any of this gets worked on this month. But that's the goal. The goal for me is get my quilt cut out, get some more stitching on my cross stitch, and then get that app published. That's the real goal there. That's everything, I think. So in a month, I'll be back to do another check-in and I'll update you on kind of what I've accomplished this month. Don't expect me to bust out nearly as much as some craft YouTubers, but I'll make some progress on something. And you can always find me at MakeTraditions on Instagram. I have a website you can look at. It's all being rebuilt for that app, so it's not anything to look at right now. Everything that I talked about will be in the description box below, so you can find all of the designers and patterns and everything I talked about will be down there. Really easy to find. And like I said, I'll be back in a month with this style of video. In between my videos, I'm probably going to publish some other supplemental videos. And sometimes those will be craft with me videos where I'm just doing some stitching or some sewing or some cutting out. And sometimes those will be specific topics like, hey, these are the things I think you must have to do a craft. And these are the things that you don't need to start with, but that I love. Things like that. So like I said, kind of supplemental videos in between the monthly check-ins. The monthly check-ins are going to be right kind of at the 30th first of every month. So I'll see you in a month. And until then, I hope you continue to make slow and keep the traditions that serve you and get rid of those that don't.